What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with um. This is gonna be a review, but it's not like gonna be one of my more in-depth reviews, you guys. But this is for the Hulu movie, Mr. Crocket on Hulu. Now, before we get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and start taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into Mr. Crocket on Hulu, shall we? All right, so guys, so first, before we get into it, definitely want to say a big shout out to Rox and her nephew, Brandon Espy. He co-wrote on the movie and he directed the movie. So shout out to him. Congratulations to him, for real. I actually watched Rox's video this morning, so congratulations to him. Great movie. He did a phenomenal job. I loved it, right? So, now, I did post on my community tab last night that I was doing a reaction video. So the reaction video has already been recorded. The problem now is editing the video, because the video in total is 87 minutes. So I want to chop that down from 87 minutes to at least 40 to 50 minutes for you guys to watch, because in the movie, in the reaction, it is a lot. I do have a lot of pauses in there, so I do want to get the pauses out as well. And then number two, I'm still struggling because, so here's the thing, I do have a Patreon account, right? And going forward with the Patreon, I do want to have some content over there and some exclusive content. And when it comes to the exclusive content, I want to do reaction videos, like, so reaction to horror movies, comedies, things of that nature, right? And also in the comment section, you guys can leave some horror, comedy, and all that kind of stuff for me to watch. As well as I will be reviewing, we'll be rewatching old television shows, old reality shows like Flavor of Love, things of that nature, right? So with this one, I'm just trying to debate if I want to put that over here on YouTube or if I want to put that on Patreon. But either way it goes, I'll let you guys know what I'm going to do. But then if I do put it on Patreon, it's the thing now that I have to figure out is how to have you guys see what I'm seeing. So that's where I'm struggling at right now. If anybody knows anything about that, hit me up in the comments section below. Oh, you know somebody I might reach out to? D. I might reach out to D Movie Man and ask him if he can help, because I know he does stuff like, I know he's done some stuff like that. May reach out to D, but neither here nor there, you guys. But Mr. Crocket. So for me, and I guess this, I had to think about this because I posted last night, and I don't know, Miss AKA got in the comments and she was like, no, no horror. I mean, no, nothing scary, right? If I had to say, would this be considered scary? Not really. I didn't find it scary, but again, I didn't find it scary because I don't find horror. I'm a horror aficionado. I love horror movies, so I don't necessarily get scared when it comes to horror movies. Like, I can sit there and watch them all day and all night, because this one I actually chose to watch it at night. It was dark in my room, I had the ring light on and we were watching it. So I didn't find it scary. Now, the movie, overall, the movie was really good. I enjoyed it immensely. There were some scenes that when I do put the reaction video up, you guys, I think it's funny because you guys are actually getting my original 100% authentic reactions to the movie. So, Mr. Crocket, and I said this in the video in my reaction, it's a mix of like Barney. It's a mix of like Barney, Pee-wee's Playhouse. I didn't say that in the video, but like Barney, Pee-wee's Playhouse, and definitely Mr. Rogers, who, like, I'm Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. That I wasn't really a big fan of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Just being honest with you guys, right? I need to go and shave my face, but sorry, you guys. Sorry, you guys. I'm listening to something on my computer, but it's like I said, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Pee Wee's Playhouse. Who else? Barney. No, when you look at Mr. Crockett kind of gives you the vibe. When you look at him, physical appearance, right? He looks like Steve. I said in the video, he looks like Steve Harvey with that mustache, right? Then he also looks like the way he's dressed. He's dressed like Uncle Frank, aka Moesha's daddy, right? So when the movie first started, I was looking. I was like, this is. It opened up with that terrible stepfather of that young man. The man told him. I mean, he was berating that child, cussing that child out, telling that child to come and eat the food at the table. And then when the little boy was like, he's full. Now I'll give it to his mama, right? Because the little boy was just stuck in the television, and I was like, as my grandma used to say, you stick too close to that TV, you're gonna be blind, right? And lo and behold, I'm blind as a bat. So when Mr. Crockett first came out, it was the thing with Mr. Crockett was when the kids were getting, mistreated by their parents, and they watching the video, he stops, takes notice. Then I saw him. He went from in the TV down into the VCR. Then the lights in the house started flickering, and he was right there with that man, making him. He wanted him to eat some look like slop mixed with worms, and I was like, yeah, I don't know that. And the man was just cussing him out, and he's like, "You got a filthy mouth." And then Mr. Crockett later in this movie, "Sir, you got a filthy mouth as well." But neither here nor there, right? So Mr. Crockett took that man out. I ain't feel nothing about that man being taken out. Good riddance to him, right? So the premise of this movie, we are following a woman. Her name is Summer, right? And her son, Major. Now, Summer and Major, they just experienced a big loss. And so they're having a funeral in this movie. And I still stand on how I felt about Summer and Major with the funeral, because when it comes to kids and funerals, right? If they don't feel comfortable going, and they don't necessarily understand death, then I don't think that they should go to a funeral. And that little boy clearly didn't want to go. But then when you get deeper into Major was just a royal pain in the ass. And when his mama told him that he was a pain in the ass, I felt the way, but then I was like, girl, you ain't never lying. Then that woman that was at the repast, basically telling her, girl, you spared the rod, basically just to spank his ass. I was like, I mean, I know that this is the 90s, and that was the big thing in the 90s, corporal punishment, because, I ain't gonna even sit here and hold you guys. I done got, especially in school, I done got a few paddles to my ass a few times, right? Turned out fine. But what I do it to if I have kids, what I do to my kids, no. But neither here nor there, right? So Major went outside, and the woman from previous, so we found out that her son got kidnapped, right? Because she is, she has, the missing signs, right? So she has the missing signs, right? And she was trying to, help Summer. But I was like, ma'am, the way that you're going about this, you look very dusty. You look very homeless. Like, no. I don't think that's what you need to do, sis. Mm-mm. So, yeah. Summer came out to the girl, if you don't unhand my child, I'm going to beat your ass. I was like, ma'am, I think she might look a little crazy and disheveled and homeless, but you might want to listen to her, right? So that's neither here nor there. So we move on, and Major's behavioral problems continue to persist, right? and his mom is just trying to do the best that she can with him. And And the thing that kind of confused me, which I realized it as we got into the movie, like this, you guys know, like how people they have those big things. It's not a mailbox, and I'll say that in there. It's going to be said throughout the reaction video mailbox. But it's one of those book. It's one of those things where you can drop off kids' books and just put them in there. So that just appears in people's yards. And summer, girl, that shit just appeared in your front fucking yard, and you just walk out there and tape the damn VHS tape out of there and just say, "Oh, let me play it." No, bitch. Where did this come from? Who put this here and why? So she went in there and played the tape. So, so is the tape. I realized when the kids watch it, they get hypnotized or entranced by Mr. Crocket, right? And so it's so weird. It's so weird. But neither here nor there, right? So the kids get entranced by it, and that's all they want to watch, right? So at one point, Major's mom trying to get him to disassociate from Mr. Crocket, but it wasn't working. And bruh man got to the point where he broke a family picture. He broke his daddy's trophy. I was like, girl, if you don't whoop his ass. That was the one point in the movie I was thinking to myself, girl, whoop his ass. Right? So she told him she didn't want to be his mom, and I was like, oh, that was a little rough, sis. You couldn't say anything else besides nothing else came to mind? Nothing. Nothing. Okay, girl, I mean, I guess, right? So Mr. Crockett came, and I was like, girl, when Mr. Crockett kidnapped, here was the thing that blew me, and I said, you guys will see it when I do the reaction video. The fact that he went to bed one night, right? He went to bed, he was crying. The TV came on by itself. So she went in there to turn the TV off. I was like, no, ma'am. This is the 90s. Throw that TV out the window. Do something to it. So she turned it off. She went back. It came back on again. I said, ma'am, this TV is turning itself on. And it's turning itself on to this goddamn movie. So she turned it off again. It turned itself back on. She has the remote in her hand. It's turning the volume up. I was like, bitch, throw the goddamn TV outside. Nope, she just goes and throws the TV on its face. I was like, that was counterproductive. Girl, the TV is turning itself on. Not with the timer, just turning itself on. And I don't know, this is 94, so I don't think that the TVs with the booties did they have automatic timers on them in the 90s? I think they did, but they're not as advanced as today's TVs are. Girl, no. Mm-mm. So when she threw the TV on the ground, Mr. Crockett came out of the TV with the glass remnants in it. I was like, no, 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 girl, run. So Mr. Crockett has this magic marker, so he made him, she had a baseball bat. I was like, girl, what the fuck is this wooden baseball bat finna do for you? Not a goddamn thing. And he flung that thing out of her hand. I was like, exactly what I just told you. So then he went and he kidnapped Major. I was like, girl, let Major go. Goodbye, Major. He said, say bye, bye to mama, Major. Bye, Major. Bye, mama. Bye. Major would have, hell no, I want to kill. Yeah. I always say forget Major. I know that's not the best thing to say as a parent, but yeah, Major would have had to go bye-bye. Absolutely not, right? So after that, we kind of, now we're trying to find Major, and we figure out that he's kidnapped other kids, right? And at one point there was this little white girl that he kidnapped, right? Because her daddy was a drunk and a drug addict, right? Because we see him with in his arm, and I was like, damn, sir, your daughter's right there. This place is a pigsty. So Mr. Crockett, he went and got his, his blicky for Mr. Crockett. Mr. Crocket told him your blicky don't work. So he hit the, he tried to pow pow pow, right? But a big bubble came out. I was like, oh, he done turned this into like a little water gun. So then Mr. Crockett has the man turn it to himself, put it in his mouth. So I cover my eyes, right? Because I was like, oh my God, I do not want to see this. But it didn't do what I thought it was gonna do. The bubble got bigger in his mouth, and then it just decapitated his head. I was like, oh, okay, no girl. So then he took the little white girl, right? So we then see, as I think her name was Rhonda, the first woman that we met. So she was watching on different television screens of different kids that Mr. Crockett was potentially going to take, right? So we move from there, and then we see Summer. So Summer done went and told the police that her kid has been kidnapped. The police think that she a drug addict. I was like, God damn, but I mean, girl, the fact that you sit here and telling them that he kidnapped your child and took him through the closet, yeah, girl, you sound a little nutcase. So we see that, and now Summer, girl, when you met that other boy, that other man, I mean, I know he said his daughter was missing, but girl, I would have told him, sir, I don't give a fuck about your daughter. I'm worried about my son. If you want to look for your daughter on your own. But I don't know you from a can of paint. No shade, no tea. And then she got in the car with him. I was like, I know this is the 90s, but girl, absolutely the hell not. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Now, we did find out that Mr. Crockett, he passed away in 1979, I believe, right? Because he had taken a little boy named Adam, and, the police came, and unfortunately, the police popped Mr. Crockett, right? So I was like, oh, so Mr. Crockett is also a mixture of Chucky, right? Because Chucky is made a deal with, Chucky is in a doll's body, kind of like, so I was like, okay, so this is kind of like Chucky, but this is also kind of like Freddy Krueger at the same time, right? Cool. Again, I did like it, right? So after that, where do we go? Because I'm not trying to give you guys the whole rundown of the movie. I'm just giving you guys bits and pieces. But after that, so Adam and Summer found Rhonda, right? So Rhonda was able to figure out where Mr. Crockett was. Also, back to Rhonda real quick. Rhonda, when he kidnapped the little white girl, it was the guy who portrayed Mr. Crockett, amazing job, right? So he has this sinister smile, and it's like, sir, you're kind of scaring me, and not in a good way, right? Because when he looked at her, I was like, Rhonda, bitch, hide, do something, duck. But he saw her, but he still continued to kidnap the little white girl. I was like, girl, let him have that little white girl. So after that, we finally do get to Mr. Crockett's, I guess, world. And it's like fire and brimstone. Because I was like, wait a minute. In the movie, it's all color and sunshine and rainbows, right? Also, he has animatronics. And animatronics freaks me out, you guys. I'm just going to keep it real with you. Animatronics, just like porcelain dolls, those things scared the shit out of me, and I just can't do them, unfortunately. So yeah, seeing some of these animatronics, girl, no. No. So we get to Mr. Crockett's world, right? And he has these kids hypnotized. Again, someone should have just left Major, because she's telling Major to come with me. Mr. Crockett is saying he's gonna give Major, let Major choose. I was like, Summer, girl, run. Please do that for me, right? Please do that for me. So, please do that, right? Now, we also find out, so remember earlier when I told you guys about the fact that Mr. Crockett got taken out because he kidnapped another kid because the kid was being abused by his family? Well, he told the story of his life. Mr. Crockett was abused by his father. As Mr. Crockett got older, he popped his daddy over the back of the head, right? Made it look like an accident. I was like, how do you make that look like an accident? Popping him over over the back of the head? Okay, maybe he fell and hit something. I don't know. But Mr. Crockett made it look like an accident, right? So Mr. Crockett kidnapped Adam. The police got Adam. Now, the police, trigger happy, right? Because Mr. Crockett pushed Adam into the closet. When Mr. Crockett then took out two of the cops, right? So then Adam came out the closet. One cop was about to just pop Adam, and Mr. Crockett jumped in the way and pop. Took them all, right? I was like, oh, okay. Now, we find out that this man that is with Summer is in fact Adam, and Adam has been trying to get back to Mr. Crockett. Mr. Crockett don't want Adam because Adam is not a kid anymore. Adam is a full-grown ass man, so he took out Adam. I was like, well, I'll be damned. That shit had me hollering when Mr. Crockett had him taken out. I was like, ain't this about a bitch? You've been looking for this man for years, only for him to take you out. Two psychos. So after that, where do we go? So now Mr. Crockett wants to play a hide and seek with Summer, and the kids find her, and whoever delivers the fatal blow to her, they win. I was like, ooh, Summer, run, bitch, run. And she did, in the dark. I was like, Summer, you, again, I know that Major's your child, right? And I'm not sitting here saying that you shouldn't love your child, but you also could have left your child. You should have left your child, right? So in the end, they took out Mr. Crockett, right? Yeah, I had a lot of issues with Summer because Summer was doing things that I don't think black people would do. Because the first thing that Summer did that I was like, black people wouldn't do this is at the goddamn library, right? So she walks by, she hears Mr. Crockett's playing on TV. So Mr. Crockett is talking directly to her from the TV. I was like, girl, why are you standing here listening to this TV talk to you? Then they told her to come closer. I was like, girl, you would be a fool if you walk closer to this goddamn TV that is talking to you. She walked closer to the TV. I was like, bitch, are you dumb? Why would you walk up closer? Okay. A TV that is talking directly to you and telling you to leave Major alone. No. The minute a TV starts talking to me, call me by my government name, call me JB, my government name, my government first name, my government middle name, or even my last name. The minute a goddamn TV starts calling me by any of my names, I'm like, you know what, the devil is a lie. And I'm out of this motherfucker. Fuck this TV. For damn sure, fuck my child. I know that might sound terrible, you guys. I don't really care. But a TV talking to me? No. Hell to the nah. So then where Summer lost me at again is, so Mr. Crockett's magical marker, right? She sliced him in half, right? So she sliced his top half from his bottom half, right? So this is still together. His legs, he ain't got them, so he still got his arms and he's still able to move. I was like, you dummy. Head, Dewey. Head. Head, Dewey. If you guys know where that reference comes from, please leave it in the comment section. But head, Dewey. Head. Like, right here. Right here. Or right here. No, right here. Right here. Right here. Like, turn it into a laser and zoom right through the head. I was like, nope. She didn't do that, right? I'm like, so Mr. Crockett is gonna come back. So the kids all got out of Mr. Crockett's world, right? So Major is fine. Major's fine, and the other boy, he's with his mama, and then the other kids are going to be with they're going to put them with different families, right? Now back over to Major. This is why I say, girl, you should have left Major with Mr. Crockett, because Mr. Crockett is coming back in some capacity. That crazy ass man will be back, right? Because now the kids at school are afraid of Major because they're afraid of some man coming after them. And then we see Major drawing a picture of him, mom, and dad is none other than Mr. Crocket. I said, I know you goddamn lying. Summer, you should have left Major with Mr. Crocket. Or you could have just Major. I know that sounds terrible, you guys. But if you guys watch the movie and you see Major, you'll understand exactly why I say Major is a major problem. But that's it, you guys. Like I said, the reaction video, I do have it. I just gotta edit it and upload it, and that editing is gonna take a while, right? So and also this week, I'm gonna do some other stuff with spooky season. Hopefully I can get these up to you guys for spooky season. I'm hopeful. If not, we'll go into November. They'll eventually be up, you guys. But the next video, the next thing that I'm gonna watch is going to be The Blackening, and then there's a SpongeBob movie that came out, or episode that came out last week that I want to watch. So I'll catch you guys for those. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.